to the Here's to the Rubble podcast. I'm RJ, and here with Steve, as usual.
Hey, what's up?
Another week with no guest. Still just trying to get our bearings after that week off when I went to Vegas and everything. So, no guest again, but should still have a fun episode. We don't really have anything planned to talk about.
It'll be fine. It's just a nice little return to form. Me and you talking.
Yeah. I suppose first things first order of business. What you been listening to, Steve?
So, I've been re-listening to a lot of stuff. I didn't check out much that was new this week, but I've been re-listening to the same things that I talked about, I think, last episode, which is like that, right, I just mentioned this right before we started. I was talking about this album, about this band that I really like, and how they just put something out, and then I think I forgot to say their name the entire time. It's Silverside. So that was the album I was talking about last week. Yeah. But I was listening to Signal to the Air by Silverside. Their first album in like 3 years, and it's awesome. I really, really enjoy it.
That's awesome.
This is the new thing I checked out this week. I listened to 2 by Fiddler, their second album.
You haven't listened to that? That's the first time?
No, this is the first time actually. It was this week. Because I'm an idiot, and I checked out their first album, and I was like, this is amazing, and then I forgot to listen anymore.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, I'll listen to their latest album. And then I listened to that, and I was like, wow, this is awesome. So now I finally went and did the one in between. And yeah, it's also fantastic.
Yeah, I love that record.
Surprisingly.
I know a lot of Fiddler fans didn't like it.
Really?
Yeah, I think just because
it was less like
it was different.
Surf punk than the first one, yeah.
Yeah, and this is something I said to someone over the weekend, but I love punk rockers, I love punk rock. Most of them are dumb and don't know what good music is.
I mean, yeah, case in point, you Engage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I really like that record. Punks
I did too.
Is my favorite song off that record, I think. But
I think it's like you said, it was just a little bit too different, I think, for some people. Yeah. But I think for me, it wasn't as much of a startling change because I listened to the newest album by them first, so I was like, "Oh, this is different." And then when I listened to this, I was like, "Oh, this makes sense." It feels like the step in between these two, kind of.
Right? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Punks is a good one.
I really like West Coast. I think that's a good.
I was just gonna say that
song.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure which my favorite one off the album is. I kind of liked Sober, and then 40 Ounce on Repeat I enjoyed too.
Yeah, I like Sober a lot. Me and Gage used to always drive through town playing that really loud.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, definitely, I think another reason why people might have not necessarily liked this as much is just because it's a lot sadder.
Like, yeah, I guess so.
Definitely a sad record. Like, there's a lot of like upbeat songs and everything, but a lot of the songs, like the lyrics are not happy.
Itself, yeah.
Yeah, like stupid decisions, overdose, bad habits, all extremely sad songs.
Yeah, I think that makes for like good music though.
Oh,
I was
for
gonna
sure.
Say, I personally was like, yeah, I'm all about this.
Yeah, I love sad music. Yeah, I think they really executed it well. We were able to talk about a lot of important issues like addiction and things like that. Yeah, I think they nailed it with the record. Because I didn't know that people disliked it when I first listened to it. It took me like a few months.
I didn't know until you just said it.
Yeah, like my buddy Zane, I'm pretty sure he doesn't like the record very much, but he definitely likes their first record.
Yeah. How does he feel? Do you know how he feels about Almost Free?
I'm actually not sure. I don't think I've ever really talked to him about that record. Just because, I love every Fiddler record, but I think Almost Free is my least favorite.
What? Wait, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I might like it more than this one.
I definitely think their first record, their self-titled, is amazing. That's their best record by far.
See, I love their self-titled so much.
Yeah.
But I think my problem is this is so stupid because there was more out there when I first listened to it. But I listened to it so much that I'm like, I just feel like I just need something new by them. And I guess now I have it. But I love that record. There's a reason why I listen to it over and over and over and over again. But for me, it's just like, I think I overplayed it a little bit. So like now I'm just like a little bit tired of it. I don't know.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
still
I get that.
fantastic. Don't get me wrong.
But cheap beer. I'm always in the mood to hear cheap beer.
Cheap beer's a great song.
Wake, bake, skate.
Max Can't Serve.
Oh,
I think
Stoked
every
and
single
Broke.
song.
Stoked and Broke is
fantastic.
the best Fiddler song.
Fiddler's so good.
I think my favorite Fiddler song is off of Almost Free.
Yeah, you
Really?
really like
Which one is that?
Can't You See?
Can't You See? Yep.
Oh, Can't You See is fantastic.
I really
I also
like
like
that
That
song.
is
Too
a
Real.
really good record. I really like By Myself.
Cracking
That's a good
one
one,
open
too.
with the
Boys,
boys.
by myself. Yeah.
That's a great concept for a song. I
And the
love it.
video is funny. I don't know if you've ever seen the video.
You know, I actually haven't. So
Yeah, they're like all like on a Zoom call or something, and it just and it's actually sick
That's
because
awesome.
like mad bands sent in videos of them just drinking things.
That's awesome.
I'm pretty sure X. I don't know if you know the band X.
Yeah, I've heard the name. Yeah.
They sent in
What-
one.
What's the song by X? I totally know that name.
Burning in Los Angeles or something.
I think. Okay, let me just look them up real quick because I feel like I absolutely do know a song by them. Oh, Los Angeles, isn't that like?
Yep. Yeah, that's the one. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I was
I
thinking
knew
of a
that
different band with Burning in Los Angeles. But yeah, I'm a big X fan. They sent in like a clip for the video. Yeah, all sorts of bands, and like through it, you see like their drummer Max just playing with his cat.
Nice.
Yeah, great video.
Actually, that Almost Free, the third Fiddler album, that is like the first. I have a buddy who's like really into like pop music and stuff like that, and it's constantly a struggle for me to make him listen to anything that's actually good.
Right.
But there's a song on that album with K-Flay, and
Yeah.
K-Flay is really cool. K-Flay is like I guess alt pop, sort of alt rock. I don't know.
Yep.
But he likes her songs for some reason. So I was like, hey, check this song out. It's by this band I really love, Fiddler, and K-Flay's in it. Called You Twice, or
Yep.
whatever, I think is the song. Great song. And you know what? He loved it. And I was like, great. Now I just listened to the rest of the album. And he was like, nah. And I was just like,
That's what I do.
please? He's like, nah, man, I'm a one song guy. I don't understand people like that. You know, people who like they'll hear an artist and be like, wow, I really like this one song. That's enough.
Yeah, that's
know?
crazy.
Especially when it's just so easy now in this day and age to like find more.
Yeah,
I don't know.
definitely.
It was just like baffling.
I'm looking at
Another
Almost Free right now, real quick before we move on. And
yeah.
I forgot how strong of an opening this album had. Just like the first 3 songs are killer. I like Flake. Alcohol is a killer song. But now that I'm looking at it, do I only like explicit music?
Maybe I didn't even.
I'm pointing out all the explicit songs as my favorite off the record.
Nuke's pretty good. I'm surprised that one isn't explicit, but
Yeah. But yeah, Fiddler, great band, love them.
another thing I listened to this week, real quick, before we get to you. I think I might have actually talked about it on the podcast before. I think on the first episode I was on, maybe, I don't know. But the album Rain Dogs by Tom Waits, super cool.
Nice.
Tom Waits is crazy good. There's like a couple songs off of it specifically that like Rain Dogs, like the title track from the album is fantastic. And then Time, it's just like really like, I guess kind of like a ballad, but it's like, it's beautiful. And his
Hell yeah.
voice is so weird and rough, but it sounds amazing on that song specifically. And then there's a couple ones that are just really, really cool sounding, like Clap Hands and Jockey Full of Bourbon. I would say definitely check that out.
Yeah, I'll definitely give it a listen if you send it to me. Otherwise, I will forget.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't even really know artists to compare Tom Waits to, but I feel like everyone has at least heard the name Tom Waits.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, yeah, so what have you been listening to lately, man?
Oh, man, bro. I've been listening to that Nas and Damian Marley Distant Relatives record so much the past few days. I rediscovered it Saturday night, and I've just been in love with this entire record, like nonstop since then. It's almost the only thing I've listened to for the past few days.
And sometimes that happens. Like you find an album and it just hooks you in again.
Yeah. But other than that, past week I've been listening to a lot of ASAP Rock, a lot of Jeff Rosenstock.
So business as usual.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, just listening to a lot of the same this past week. Because when I was in Vegas, I didn't really get to pick the music very often, and that's an issue for me. So yeah, I've been back just trying to listen to all my favorite stuff again for a couple weeks. But yeah, I haven't listened to anything new this past week. I don't know of anything that came out. Do you?
To be fair, that's more of like your and Jalen's thing. Like, like new music. For me, I'm like terrible because usually I'll be like, oh wow, this band that I love put out a new album last week, and then that's about it for me. Like usually I find out like way later than things actually come out. I mean, we were just talking about Fiddler. I didn't even realize they had 2 other albums out until earlier this year.
Can I tell you how much of a sicko I am?
How much of a sicko are you?
Days and Days released an album like last year.
You still haven't listened to anything from it?
I have not listened to anything from it, and like Fat Mike produced it and everything, and I don't know why. Dude, I just haven't listened to any of it yet. I don't know what I've been waiting for.
Dude, that song was like, to be fair, I don't know how I first heard that one. I think it might have just been on like a playlist that I was listening to, but I heard that song. I was like, this rocks, and then I added it to my playlist, and then I didn't listen to anything else from it.
I think the main issue is
like an idiot.
I don't listen to Days and Days before noon.
Oh, that's fair. And then well, wait, no, I was gonna say since you've been sleeping until noon, but that would help if anything. So
you would think, but I just wake up and listen to ska and Distant Relatives.
Fair enough, yeah.
I
gotta add some Days and Days to my playlist again.
Yeah, I gotta listen to that record. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll be home this week.
Just for the past like few months, like probably like 6 months, I still like Days and Days. I just haven't been huge on them. Like I haven't been listening to them that much in general. I think it's just because when I started listening to Days and Days, I listened to a lot of Days and Days. So I think I just kind of burnt out on Days and Days a little bit.
I mean, I feel you. I literally was just talking about that with that Fiddler album.
Right, yeah, definitely. But yeah, I definitely gotta give that new, I guess it's not new anymore. That most recent record I'll listen to still. Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to remember who chose the first song for today.
Right.
It was you, right?
Yeah, so I can play that first, or I guess Gage can play it. This is like, I think, the opening track off of that new Silverside album I was talking about. I think I talked about this a little bit last week, but yeah, I think these guys are severely underrated. I discovered them when I was like in high school or something, and I've been a fan ever since. Like, to the point where I like, they're pretty small, so if you go on their Instagram page, you can just like scroll back through their posts, and I'm just commenting on like all of them.
That's
I
funny.
was in like high school, and I'm like the only person commenting, and it's just like, I love you guys, you're my hero. So yeah, it's really cool that they're putting new music out again, because I was like, I don't know, I thought they were done.
Yeah,
because I follow the dude Dan Zemanek, I think is his name, the front man from the band. I follow him on Instagram too, and he posted like he's been posting a lot of stuff with other bands that he's a part of recently. But then yeah, like this year, Signal to the Air came out, and I was like, hell yeah, dude, I'm all about this.
Yeah, I definitely gotta listen to this band and record just because you seem to like them a lot. And
I really do.
Thus far, you haven't really led me astray when it comes to music.
Well, I'm curious to hear what you'll think of it. This isn't like punk rock or anything.
Right.
It's more I don't even know what to call it. Like, I guess.
But I mean, I suppose like GP, the Gratuitous Platypus, isn't really punk rock. They're more just like alt rock, I'd say. And I really like them. Are the Silverside? Are they also from Canada?
No. These guys are from Chicago, actually.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. I think I do remember you mentioning that. That's cool.
This is an example of like Instagram marketing actually working, because like I think I told this story last week, but I'll just recap. They followed a buddy of mine in high school on Instagram, and he was like, "All right, fine. I guess I'll check these guys out. Whatever." Followed him back, and then he like sent me their music and was like, "Dude, you need to check these guys out. You would love them."
That's sick.
And I did, and I still do. So
Awesome. All
yeah.
right. So this
Cade, you
is,
want to do that up?
and this is Death Wish, right? By Silverside?
Yeah, I believe it's Death Wish by Silverside.
Sweet. Let's give it a listen.
So yeah, that was like the opening track off of their new album, and I personally I was hooked as soon as I heard that. I was like, absolutely, Silverside is back, and I am all here for it. But what do you think, man?
I liked that a lot.
They're great, dude. They're really, really good.
Yeah, no, that song was sick. That's definitely going in a playlist. I can't believe I haven't listened to that band yet.
I've been talking about them for a while, but I mean, to be fair, I haven't been pushing them as hard as I should have, I guess. But yeah, you should definitely check out their other albums. Honestly, all of them are good. I could not tell you how many times I passed like entire road trips just like head against the window listening to these guys.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome.
But
yeah, I just in general like they seem like such a solid band. Like,
totally,
that
man.
was such a good song.
Right? So this is the first album I believe that the frontman Dan Zemanek produced, mixed, mastered, all that stuff completely by himself.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I think it sounds fantastic. All their stuff is super, super good. If you like that, then check out literally everything. But like I don't know, I can't recommend them enough. I could give you individual songs or something like that, but honestly, just check out all their albums. I think their second album, Love at War, might be my favorite, but I also haven't listened to it in a while, I guess, like the whole thing through at least. But yeah,
Right.
I love his voice too. It's so unique. I really can't think of anyone else who really sounds like that.
Yeah, definitely a nice, unique sound. They remind me of the Vines. I don't know if you've ever listened to them.
The Vines? No, I can't say I have.
Yeah, they're like just kind of like an old alt rock band. Not old. I don't know why I said old, but I discovered them through Far Cry 5 actually. And
Oh, no kidding.
listen, I know I said I don't like soundtracks, but this was a song that the game went and like got to put in the game. It was already a song.
Oh, yeah, that's like that was like Ain't No Rest for the Wicked for Borderlands
Right.
2, I think.
That
That was the song that introduced me to Cage the Elephant, which
Oh, yeah.
also great.
Yeah, Gage, you like Cage the Elephant, right?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, I really like their album Melophobia, I think is what it's called. It's what Come a Little Closer is off of.
Oh yeah,
Like
I
Cigarette
like that
Daydream.
song. Yep, I like that one too.
I haven't listened to Cage the Elephant a ton because I'm the music czar. I don't let Gage
Yeah.
play music. I'm the music one.
Yeah, that sounds
But-
fair, yeah.
But yeah, I'll definitely listen to more Cage the Elephant. Maybe I'll
Totally
allow Gage 1 hour of Bluetooth time.
Maybe that should have been one of the maybe that'll be an album of the day that I'll have to do at some point.
Oh yeah.
It's,
Um,
Melophobia by Cage the Elephant. I should
also-
also make a post for some Silverside albums too.
you
them some
should
more
post on the Instagram.
I should. I hate opening Instagram, so a lot of times I forget to do that. But I will.
Yeah. See, a big issue as far as our Instagram goes is just that I'm really bad at social media in general, and I'm bad at talking. Which
Yeah.
is weird
Which
that
is
I
why-
do a podcast.
I was gonna say, you're like, man, I'm terrible at talking. You know what I should do? Record myself talking for an hour every
Yeah.
week for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I'm like the only person who's especially bad at talking who dreams of being a podcaster. Like, I should have chose better.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do something else with your life. It's not too late. We can quit. This is a terrible idea. Let's just stop right now.
No. But yeah, our Instagram, shout out to Jalen, who does Rubble Radar with me on Fridays or on weekends. But pretty much everything good about our Instagram is from him.
Oh yeah, that's all on him. He's also good at messaging people, which we're also bad at.
Yeah. So, if you message the Instagram and you want to be on our show, you'll probably talk to Jalen. You'll know if you're talking to me because I'll talk really funny and weird because I don't know how to talk to people.
Yeah, if you message our Instagram account and the person you're talking to seems simultaneously scared of you and violent, it's probably RJ.
What's funny is just the other day, me and Gage were talking. I'm like, yo, how do I message this person? Because I didn't know how to start the message. I'm like, if I say hi, I sound like a bot. But if I say hey,
I guess Connor, yeah.
But if I say hey, it's like hey. That's what I feel like it's gonna come across as. But maybe that's because
what hey sounds like, too.
That's how I react to hey. But yeah, so I just didn't know, so I made Jalen do it.
And you know what? He did a great job.
He did a great job.
Yeah, networking is one thing that I'll never
Yeah.
be good at.
Yeah.
Like in music, in whatever, it's just I don't know. It's painful to me.
Yeah.
Because don't get me wrong, I love talking to people
Me
that
too.
I actually like, and I like being nice to people. I really enjoy it, but I hate that partial before you actually know someone when you're being nice to them and it just feels so fake. Like, even if you genuinely are being nice and you feel like you're being nice, every time I do that, I'm always thinking, like, man, they must think that I'm just, like, lying through my teeth right now. Like, I'll be like, hey, great, like, to, like, another band or at a show or something, like, hey, man, great set. And then, because I actually legitimately think that. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't say that. But the problem is, like, you know, it's, like, a thing in music where it's like, all right, and basically in every single industry, especially entertainment, you have to be nice to people, otherwise, you have to pretend to be nice to people, otherwise no one will ever want to work with you and stuff like that. So a lot of people who are just actually dicks will act exactly like that. So I always feel like I'm always afraid that I'm going to sound like that type of person, even if I'm not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I completely understand.
Okay, good. I was going to say, I feel like I'm a crazy person. But
I think, especially when talking to musicians and stuff, I feel like it's almost, at least for me, harder just because there's a lot of people that are really douchey about music.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
And, like, there's a lot of people who will sarcastically be like, hey, nice set, huh, and stuff like that. So it's like, anytime I say stuff like that, I'm, like, worried that they're going to think I'm being, like, a sarcastic douchebag. But
and then,
I'm
like,
not.
the
I'm
more...
never.
Yeah, and the more genuine you try to be, the more, like, disingenuous it comes off as.
Yeah.
Or, like, if you're like, hey, man, nice set. Really? I mean it. It's like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Or like, hey, I don't know if anybody told you this, but nice set. It's like, whoa, what does that mean? Why would nobody have told me that?
Yeah, I think my go-to is, yo, you guys killed it out there.
That's a good one.
Just because I feel like there's not many ways that could come across bad. So any musician who's ever spoken to me after playing music has heard me say, yo, you guys killed it out there.
I think the most, like, awkward interaction I ever had with someone at a show when I was, like, you know, trying to be nice. And this was even before I started playing shows in Edmonton. This was just me going to a show and being like, wow, I'm, like, a fan of these guys. But it was this band in Edmonton. Actually, you know what? They probably have stuff. This is such a stupid thing. They probably have stuff on Spotify that I've never checked out because I bought their CD when I saw them in Edmonton. Right. They're called Quietus. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but they're really good. They're like this weird metal band. I'm gonna have to find them later, I think. But anyway, they played the show with, like, a bunch of other, like, Edmonton and, like, Vancouver bands. This band West of Hell, which is, like, actually pretty big-ish. Well, right. I don't know about that. But they were really good. And they played with this other band. X-Pain, that's what they're called. I was gonna say, man, I forgot what they're called. They were awesome. They killed it. It was insane. And then this other band, The Order of Chaos, which I think is a sick name. But anyway,
that is a good name.
Great name, right? So the first band was Quietus, and they killed it. They were amazing. I loved them. I bought one of their shirts. I bought a CD because, you know, support artists, support local artists. Do it.
If you can,
and then,
buy that merch, buy that CD, even if you don't got a CD player.
Yeah, right. And luckily, I was like, all right, I'm going to listen to this in my car, and I still do.
That's so sick. Like, you have a car.
not to flex on you, but I drive a car.
What kind of car?
Not to brag, but it's a Mazda 5 soccer mom vehicle.
Mazda gang.
From 2009, so yeah.
Gage drives a Mazda, and anytime we drive by a Mazda, we make an M with our fingers and go, Mazda gang.
That sucks. I'm going to start doing that.
It probably... Yeah, it probably makes people really uncomfortable.
Anytime old people see us do it, they just have a weird look on their face.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of why I do it.
Yeah, it makes me happy to make old people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So, like, after the first band, Quietus, came off, I was like, oh, I should say great set or whatever. But then the next band came on, and I was like, well, I want to watch this or whatever.
Right.
So then by the time the second band was finished, there was a little break between them and the third one. And I saw the singer from the first band. So I kind of tap him on the shoulder. And I'm like, hey, man, that was a great set. Like, you guys sounded awesome up there. And he looks at me. He's like, yeah, I'm not in the band that was just on. And I was like, yeah, I know, man. I was talking about the first set. You guys killed it. I thought you sounded great. And then he was like, oh, okay, thanks, man. Like it was like he was surprised to be receiving a compliment. Like when I said something nice to him, he thought I must. He's like, no, he must be confusing me for the other band. But no, I just thought they sounded great, and I wanted to tell him. Like
That's funny.
and I felt so weird for a second. I was like, oh man, did I say something stupid? But no, I was just saying like you sounded good, man.
That's funny.
Oh, that was the same show where.
See, that's why I don't talk to people.
That's
Things like
yeah,
that
right.
happen, and I look stupid.
You want- Actually, I think I have a story that makes me sound even stupider from that same show. God, I'm so stupid. So I'm like one of the most gullible people on the planet. I think it's just because, like I said, I'm stupid and I just trust people for no reason. I'm like, well, why would this stranger deceive me? There's no reason.
I'm the opposite.
Yeah, RJ, I don't understand it. I used to be that way all throughout high school, and then I think I had like a really terrible year as an adult. Like the year that I worked, that I lived in on my own, and I was like working and stuff like that. Which, by the way, looking back at it, it's pretty great. Terrible at the time, but anyway, after that, for some reason, I just got really optimistic. Where I was like, well, life can't get worse than that. So like for some reason now I just believe anything people tell me. But yeah, at this show, there's this dude. He looked like a heavy metal Gandalf. He was just this old biker dude with like a giant beard and long flowing gray hair. But me and my buddy were like grabbing beers at the bar, and Gandalf walks over and he looks at me. He goes, he has this like weird expression on his face. He like looks confused, and then he points up behind me. So I look up and I'm like, what is it? And he like, I see him kind of like trying to say something, but it's so loud I can't hear him. So I'm like, what? And then he points again, and I look up. And I'm like, man, I don't see anything. And he's kind of smiling, and then he points up again. I'm like, all right. I look again. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know. And he points again, so I keep looking. After like the 6th time, finally my friend like grabs me by the shoulder. He's like, Steve, he is messing with you. Stop looking up. And then yeah, heavy metal Gandalf just bursts out laughing, and he's like in tears, falling over, and he's like, he like kind of claps me on the shoulder and then just walks away. I was like, damn, he got me good, man.
I gotta do that to someone.
I was like, is there something I'm missing? Like, and he was just pointing at some weird section of the roof. So I was like, huh, maybe that is weird. Is that what he's talking about? Is there something falling from there? Is there dripping? What is going on? But no, I was just an absolute moron, and he was messing with me. And I did not catch on. He kept on smiling because he was like, wow, this guy's really that stupid. He could have
done it like, forever.
Literally, RJ, I would not have caught on until someone said something.
Wow. That's amazing. See, but
I'm not a smart man.
Another trait I have is being extremely unlucky.
I got that one too.
Nothing goes the way it's supposed to. So, like, if I tried to do that, I'd probably just get punched in the face.
I was gonna say some dude would just punch you after the second time.
Yeah, it'd be like,
you think you're making fun of me?
I'd be like, hey, look. They'd look up, turn around, and just punch me in the face.
How dare you?
Yeah, that's my luck. So something I wanted to talk about on the show that we briefly talked about before we started recording is the music you can't get on Spotify.
Right, yeah.
So there's just a ton of music that isn't available on Spotify that I don't understand why it's not.
Yeah, like, so there's one song you were talking about where you're like, oh, well, you know, it's like anti-cops, anti-America or whatever.
Yeah.
But then there's songs like the song Therapy by Infectious Grooves featuring Ozzy Osbourne. Great song. But for some reason, the version that I have on my playlist, it's just grayed out, and I can't listen to it.
Which I'm pretty sure means Spotify specifically removed it. Because, like, if an artist takes music off Spotify, you just can't find it. It's just gone.
Yeah.
Unless someone can correct me on that.
I was going to say, if someone listening to this knows why that is and they can tell us why we're idiots, I would actually be really happy because I have no idea what's going on, and I want to listen to these songs.
Right. Because I know at one point, like Tool, for example, they put all their music onto Spotify. It wasn't there, like you couldn't find it and it was grayed out. It just, the artist didn't put it on Spotify. It wasn't on Spotify.
Same with Taylor Swift for a bit.
I don't know why you know that.
Because Taylor Swift fucking rocks, next question.
What?
What?
Wait.
Are you guys about to come for me for
Hold
saying
on. Wait.
that Taylor Swift is good?
Let's just revisit this after
Yeah,
this
okay.
Spotify
All right.
thing.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready.
But Propagandi's Less Talk, More Rock. Propagandy, best Canadian punk band.
I'm not gonna argue with that.
I have an answer for the Spotify thing.
Okay. Well, okay.
You want me to go
Are you gonna
now?
let
Yeah,
RJ
go
do his
ahead.
rant more?
So it's either country restrictions, license expirations, or
What?
network issues.
Or
Oh,
what?
you know what?
Network
License-
issues, but probably
license
not that.
expiration would make sense, but
Yeah, I guess
if
sometimes.
it's country stuff, that would make sense for me more so than for you guys. Because usually that's how it works. Is I'll be like, oh, I want to see this thing, and it's like, yeah, it's not available in Canada, you idiot. Move to a real country.
See, but that confuses me because Propagandi's Less Talk, More Rock. One of the best records of all time, easily. It was on Spotify for a long time, and then it wasn't. But now it is again.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
weird,
maybe
man.
it's license shit, but like, it seems weird that they'd let it expire or not renew or whatever. I don't know how that shit works. And then renew it
And
later.
it is just surprising to me that it would be only certain songs off some albums. Like, that doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
Yeah, like for example, we were talking about Kanon.
Yeah,
Kanon?
Kanon's song America off of Troubadour. Troubadour, one of the best records of all time. Love that record.
Waving flag, baby. That's all I have to contribute.
Fatima, best song on that record. If I had to pick one off the
I'll
top
have
of my
to check
head.
it out. I'll have to check it out.
But yeah, America specifically off that record isn't available. And that's weird. That one song off of a record would not be available. Because I don't see how, with
Yeah.
any of those examples, it would just be one song.
Yeah, really.
I not to immediately tell you you're wrong here, but I
No,
can't.
go ahead.
I
Do it.
can't play any of those songs off this record.
What?
I
Unless
can
this
play
is a
Waving
different
Flag
record.
right now.
That is not.
Okay.
That's not the record. You're
Oh
looking
yeah, no,
for-
these all say remix. Never mind. I am dumb.
Idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. America is the only one off of Troubadour.
Yeah, that's super weird. I don't know what's up with that. Spotify,
Yeah, it's
contact us.
Yeah.
Tell us personally.
Yeah, I have a few other things I'd like to say to you when you contact me.
Like pay your artists.
Yeah, more than like 0.000000001 of a penny, ideally.
Listen, RJ, in 25 years, I can buy a sandwich.
Maybe,
Maybe.
but don't
Yeah,
worry.
that'd be a really funny time to be like, all right, go stream this, but I don't have anything. You
But-
can check out on Spotify. So.
And don't worry, Spotify does have the money to buy their CEO like the best record player in the world or some shit.
I want him to be able to hear music.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, if anyone can explain to me why certain songs off of some records by some artists, like just specific songs, are removed, I'd like to know.
Message us at Here's to Rubble on Instagram and Twitter.
Or email us, rob@here's-to-the-rubble.com.
All right. Now, Taylor Swift.
Yeah, what's up with that, bud?
I'm willing to fight you about this. Taylor Swift rocks.
Does she?
Okay? She absolutely does. Listen, okay. As a young man growing up listening to country music, early Taylor Swift is incredible. Okay? Picture to Burn, Teardrops in My Guitar, Should Have Said No, Our Song. Come on. These are all fantastic songs. Like you're gonna
Every
you're gonna look
single
at me.
one of those songs sounds like it's about a breakup.
Yeah, they are. And guess what? They're amazing.
Bro, how are
Love
there
Story,
18
White
albums
Horse,
from
You
2020?
Belong With Me.
What are you looking
Come
at?
Her fucking Spotify.
Yeah, she put out a bunch recently, which is pretty impressive.
Album names in
You know-
lowercase. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
All
not
the
sure what's
song
up with
names
that.
are in lowercase.
ooh.
All right, listen. I'm not gonna stand here and defend
I bet you're sitting.
Reputation. because that's a terrible album. I am sitting, actually. It's true. I'm not going to stand here and defend Reputation. That's a terrible album. The worst thing she ever did was going pop. But, like, in that weird in-between between pop and country, like Speak Now and Fearless, ugh. I'm going to tell you right now, best song, not of all time, best Taylor Swift song of all time, though, is mine. I would be lying to you if I said I could sing along to that song and not cry every time.
Steve, do you want me to listen or list some artists I'd rather listen to than Taylor Swift?
No, because I'm not going to tell you that there aren't better artists than Taylor Swift.
Tekashi
Obviously
6ix9ine.
there are. Okay, you know what? No.
That might be a little extreme.
Yeah, I will fight you over
Ed
this.
Sheeran.
What? Hey,
well, I
listen,
mean-
you like that one Ed Sheeran song? I'll out
a
you.
couple.
Blow's a pretty good one by him.
Yeah, see? I'd rather listen to Ed Sheeran than Taylor Swift.
Go, listen to Mine by Taylor Swift
know what?
right now. Tell me it doesn't
Florida
make you cry.
Georgia Line.
Okay,
That's-
all right,
No,
listen.
I've never listened to a
That's
Florida Georgia
probably,
Line song.
Listen, Cruise by itself is like a passable song, but when they add, what's his name? Nelly. Ugh, when they add him to it, terrible. Terrible.
What's that band? Zach Brown Band or whatever?
Zach Brown Band's all right.
But
Listen,
If
I'm a country boy. don't do this to me.
if someone just told me that, if someone said, hey, Taylor Swift is in Florida Georgia Line, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. That's how much I know about country music.
Man, am I getting kicked off this podcast for this
No,
take? Is that what's going
I
on?
won't do it. I won't do it. But I'm definitely gonna have to reprimand you after.
Oh man.
You know, and
You know what?
your
There's gonna
employee
be a
review is
demotion.
coming up.
Yeah.
It is worth it to get the truth out because guess what? Mine, Sparks Fly, Back to December, Speak Now, Story of Us. These are all fantastic songs. And I'm not going to let you tell me that I'm wrong about
I'd like
this.
to reiterate that you just named like 8 more songs, and they all still sounded like breakup songs.
That's because they are. Get on board, RJ.
As
Red
producer,
sucks.
I'm gonna have
We
to.
are never ever getting back together sucks.
I'm gonna have to ask you to do better, please.
No, I'm right.
Honestly, so just a little news for the podcast. Steve is being demoted to Rubble Radar, and Jay will be my new co-host.
That makes sense. Look what you made me do is the worst song of all time.
Yeah.
So I would give you that. She did not kill it with that one.
See, the issue is I used to work at an amusement park in Florida,
Oh yeah.
and I had to be on a high ropes course, like, which was terrible. I'm huge.
Is that what you and Brandon both worked at?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Brandon
used
crashed
to.
the funeral. Check that episode out.
Oh, great episode. So
Great
and
band.
check out their new single. I believe they
Right,
released
yeah.
a new song.
Let me check that out right now, actually, because I know they've been posting about it, but I'm not sure if it's actually out yet or not. Yeah, Serpentines. There you go. It's out. Check that out right now.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Dope. Definitely listen to it. And I believe Drink Die Repeat got it, they have a banner thing when you listen to the song now.
Oh, no kidding. That's awesome.
Yeah, a little video plays.
Yeah, because they aren't they filming a music video for that, or did they already?
I think they did. Yeah, I want to say they did. Maybe not.
Anyway, check out Crash the Funeral. They're
Yeah,
fantastic.
great band.
And Brandon
Awesome
was a
band
cool guy.
name. Yeah, Brandon's a great guy.
Fantastic band name.
But yeah, me and him used to work on like a high ropes course. So we had to like climb up there and sit there, and if kids started crying, we had to go drag them back down. Pretty much.
And then when you came to get them, they started crying even more.
Pretty much. And so we used to have to be up there right near where all the speakers were that played music throughout the park. And just all the time, just Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift.
That's incredibly dangerous for both of you. You guys are both blind in one eye. Neither of you have depth perception. How did that go well at all?
You know, we had to get paid. And then, like, if I had to work turnstiles, speaker right there, Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift. Just everywhere
that
I
sounds
went.
like a dream.
Oh, God.
I'm kidding.
Is she Canadian?
that was-
I'd believe that.
Yeah,
Someone could tell me she's
you know what?
Canadian.
No, she isn't. She isn't. I wish she was. I wish I could claim that. Justin Bieber is ours, unfortunately, though.
Oh God. Yeah, you
Yeah.
probably like
I
him
feel
too.
bad
Wear
about
that
that
proudly.
No.
You'll probably defend Justin Bieber next week, bud.
I mean, listen, baby, 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 oh.
Actually,
banger.
Sorry is a really good song, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Can Gage be fired now? Because that's
Nope.
a terrible take.
He makes it happen. We've talked about that.
Not gonna lie, Gage, you should go and love yourself.
Is that a
I
Taylor Swift
believe
song
that's
or
a
Justin
Justin
No,
Bieber?
that's
song.
Justin Bieber one. Yeah.
How were you able to just name a Justin Bieber song other than
Because
Baby?
that one was
Beep?
playing on the radio so often in like 2016 or something, and it was the worst.
I was gonna say I used to ride the bus.
Which
Yeah,
one?
there you go.
all
The bus
kinds.
driver.
Oh,
Did I talk about
yeah,
bus
the
driver on the episode yet, or no?
No, you
Or was that
didn't.
before we started. Right. Okay. So
Yeah, I think you owe
last
Gage
week,
an apology.
I absolutely. Well, I don't know if I owe him an
No,
apology. I owe
I'm
bus
bad
driver
at
an
explaining
apology.
things.
Yeah, I will personally apologize to bus driver. Gage explained or tried to explain what he would sound like, and I was like, "Wow, that sounds straight up terrible, dude. I'm never gonna listen to that." I got bored, so I checked him out. Fantastic, really, really good. Gage just did a really bad job of selling it, I think. Because yeah, everything that I checked out, I really liked. I listened to like a few songs. He's got this one with Anderson .Paak. I think it's called "Worlds to Run." Really great, really, really good. That's the only one I can remember off the top of my head. But yeah, I would like to formally issue a retraction of my statement of that sounds like crap.
And just real quick, you mentioned Anderson .Paak. Another song that's not on Spotify that's everywhere else. Anderson .Paak featuring T.I. Come Down.
What?
The remix. The original version is on Spotify.
Oh,
But-
okay. I almost got
Yeah.
so angry. I was gonna say because that song is so good.
But
I haven't heard the Ti version. Actually.
oh, it's so good, bro. I love the T.I. version.
I'll have
And
to
it's
check it
not
out.
on Spotify, but it's everywhere else.
Man, that's weird.
So riddle me that, bitch.
Damn. I mean, I can't argue with that.
So for our
Yeah,
second
man.
song,
Yeah, what do you got for us?
I chose Pigs by ASAP Rock, a song that, so this is weird. So on Spotify, you can listen to the Pigs instrumental, Pigs by ASAP Rock,
Oh, right. You're talking about.
or the Pigs a cappella version. But you can't listen
But
to
not-
the
yeah.
normal song that has the instrumentals and rapping.
That makes sense.
Why? So riddle
Yeah,
me
that's
that,
straight up
bitch.
Damn, stop calling.
I'm sorry,
Stop
Steve.
calling me a bitch.
You angered me with the Taylor
trying.
Swift thing.
I won't apologize for being right.
Let's get to the song.
I have one
Makes
more
me feel things.
Oh.
bit of information. So all the things I found about the Spotify, like songs not being on there, it says that it's like due to the label withholding or whatever. But I don't know. I feel like it's, maybe this is conspiracy theory-esque, but it seems weird that songs where they talk about politics is the ones that aren't
Right.
allowed.
Yeah, exactly. Specifically that. All of the songs that I can think of are specifically ones that are political. That entire Propaganda album, Come Down, with T.I., because T.I.'s verse is very political. That's why I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pigs is... Did I say that already?
Yeah, you did. That's
Yeah.
very political.
Yeah, very political. Just
A song called
every
Pigs? How could that be political? About
every
farming.
song I can think of that's not on Spotify is a political one. And I remember when it specifically started happening to me was when Spotify said they were going to start banning like white nationalist music. But none of this is white nationalist music.
I don't know, man. Ti? That sounds like a white nationalist.
Well,
Yeah,
you
Anderson
got-
.Paak, bro.
You guys remember when
Famously white nationalist.
Spotify started doing that, right?
I
Not
honestly do
specifically.
not, but I'm going to take
honestly,
your
but-
word for it.
Yeah, it was like a few years ago. I specifically remember like reading articles about Spotify banning white nationalist music,
And
like
just being furious, right?
yeah, like racist black metal bands and shit.
Yeah, why? I hate that. Why would they do that?
I know you
The
do,
only
buddy.
type of music I like to listen to is racist black metal.
That's true. But yeah, Pigs by ASAP Rock. Not ASAP Rocky, ASAP Rock.
Aesop.
Aesop.
Yeah, you always say it ASAP. I didn't want to correct you because I thought it was just your stupid idiot accent, but
No, it's my stupid idiot brain, actually.
that makes sense, yeah.
But yeah, let's get into it.
Right.
Not to keep delaying. That happened August 17th, 2017-ish.
Okay, whew. I'm glad
there
I
you go.
wasn't making that up.
Yep.
All right, let's listen to this song.
Actually, no, I'm just kidding.
Hey, what's this fucking guy doing? What are you doing? Right now, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Put change in his cup.
Oh, can you put the other guitar in?
Where's that weirdo with the fucking kazoo? Hey. Sharks in a dunk tank, vipers in a garden. Locusts stole the groceries out the local farmer's market. All God's greatest opposition. Some are violent, some are victims. Each alive is an equal and vital piston I support. So when the piranhas on a New York, my daddy long legs dangle to mangle for sport. And while I'm bringing every dink in the kingdom with open wings, it all boils down to them shit-soaked pigs. The pigs, the pigs, the dregs of what y'all aim for. The gluttonous muddy stomachs under the pudgy cake hole. The two-track brainiac using the food and payroll. That chew up and consume every cookie, crumb and peso. And place a cloven hoof on a lucrative when convenient as the bourbon odor. Smokers cough smolder off the cohiba. If Noah had the benefit of hindsight on his ship, he could have snatched 2 unicorns and left behind the motherfucking pigs. Goddamn pigs, pot-belly pigs, punch-drunk pigs, take money, money pigs, loudmouth pigs, wide-load pigs, let's make a deal. When all the wolves in woolly wigs have huffed and puffed and blew the bricks, the skulls of Brooklyn's cruelest pigs will rain on Fulton's newest kicks. As mulish swine of all surrounding counties stiff the gruesomeness, we pass around the pineapples and pull the pins in unison. I will gladly feed you to the breeder once you sacrificed. No pagan or sacrilege, just bacon for scavengers. I will gladly seat you with the chickens, not the passengers. Hopefully the crack in his armor spreads to his avarice. Never that, Wilbur's multiply quicker than triples and 100 triples and fistfuls, but it was all bells and whistles. Bougie this and bougie that. War picker pussycat. Glitzy to the pork ribs. Had the gold leaf to booby traps. Powder pink double-breasted mess of mud and money. Waddle off the fire to make a stubborn tummy roggle. And while I don't really know the working details of your tribes, I know that that's one ugly fucking tie. Asshole pigs. Goddamn pigs. Pot-belly pigs. Punch-drunk pigs. Take money, money pigs. Loudmouth pigs. Wide-load pigs, let's make a deal. Apple in his mouth, maraschino eyes. Party like the butcher boys, cleaver is alive. I'm mosey in a 16 hours of smoke in the misty winter. To see the county fair's blue ribbon winter is dinner. Then dance until the sun has kissed your blisters in the morning as the misery was dormant and divvied in crispy portions. Corporates wanna lure him and whore him. Or does he hoard the corporates to expand the more important forums for him? Push the mortar pestle past the ordinary orchard when the frilly border's faded as the product. Mine are yours, pig. Mine. Plus I toss a token where I go. Directly to the worms who shovel shit in yellow snow. This little piggy went to the market with a target and will subsequently know the armor-piercing forks of farmers. Final words for the finer birds taking notes. I dig a chicken pigtails, that's all folks. Pigs, goddamn pigs, pot-belly pigs, punch-drunk pigs, sick money, money pigs, loudmouth pigs, wide-load pigs, let's make a deal.
I love
That's
that
pretty
song
sick,
so much. First thing I
Yeah.
want to say is I'm pretty sure the beat is like all instruments. Like, I'm pretty sure it's a drummer, a guitarist, and shit.
Yeah, like not samples.
Yeah, and like not like a beat machine or anything, and that's sick. I think the beat, that's one of my favorite beats is of all time.
Yeah, that song's awesome. I'm really bummed out that I can only download the instrumental or the acapella version on Spotify. Because
what you gotta
Spotify
do
sucks.
is get 2 phones and 2 Spotify accounts and play them both at the
Play
same
them at the
time.
same time. That's genius, actually. That's what I'll do.
And then you gotta like stack your speakers so it makes sense.
That's genius. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, it's called using your noggin, Steve.
Yeah, I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, but yeah, love that song.
Yeah, I can see why. A$AP Rocky is actually sick. I gotta listen to more of his stuff because it's pretty much just that song and then Long Legged Larry that I've heard.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he is like the rapper with like the most diverse vocabulary, if I'm remembering that right. Like,
I can believe it.
Someone made
I'd believe just about anything you tell me.
Yeah,
as we've established, I'm quite gullible.
Someone made like an algorithm or something that like listens to an artist's like first 10 like records or whatever from their discography and picks out like unique words. So like not words like the and like basic words like that. I couldn't think of another one. But yeah, like unique words.
You are correct. Yeah. A$AP Rock is number 1. Bus Driver is number 2.
Yep. Yeah.
Really?
Well, there you go. And then I'm pretty sure like a lot of the top 10 is dominated by Wu-Tang.
Eminem, right?
No. Actually, I'm pretty sure he's pretty low. I want to say like he's like 50.
Listen, RJ, I don't know if you've ever heard this, but rap is like a mountain. Okay.
Yeah. What?
Have you ever? Oh, you've never heard that stupid phrase? Oh.
What was it?
Rap is like a mountain. It's the dumbest shit in the world. It's this thing that Eminem fans say. Where they say rap is like a mountain. It's mostly black, but it's white on the top.
Oh God.
I know, isn't that the worst?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Doesn't that suck so much?
That made my stomach churn.
Yeah, it's rough. Yeah,
but
I mean.
Eminem does not make the top 100.
Yeah, see?
Or sorry, the top 60.
But yeah, A$AP Rock, most diverse A$AP.
Yeah, you keep doing it.
I think it's because I say it fast.
But I'm not really sure which way it's supposed to be because even he says it both ways. And so also in that video where he met A$AP Rocky, they say it
that sounds funny.
The same way.
I mean, to me, it makes sense for it to be Aesop, like, you know, Aesop's Fables.
Yeah, it's kind of the idea I got. But
I was going to say, I assume that's what it was, but to be fair, I don't know.
But either way, we know who I'm talking about.
A$AP Rocky.
Yeah, exactly.
Love that guy.
But
he's got that one song with G-Eazy.
That's unfortunate.
But yeah, Steve, I'm going to send you a link to that article, which is probably a lie because a little behind the scenes. Anytime we talk about sending a link to each other, we don't.
Yeah, we're liars.
Yeah. I don't know why, but we stop recording and forget everything that was said.
It's because we actually hate each other in real life.
Pretty much. I mean, yeah pretty much.
I don't even want to talk to him, but this podcast, as we've established, I'm only in it for the money.
Yeah.
Of which there is tons, obviously.
Yeah. Very big podcast. Actually, I'm getting reports now, breaking news, we're the biggest podcast.
I think we might be the only podcast.
Piece of shit.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't remember who all the top 10 is, but I'm pretty sure a lot of the top 10 was members of Wu-Tang, or like a few members of Wu-Tang were in the top 10.
4, 5, 7, 10, 15, and 20 are Wu-Tang.
See?
There you go.
Bong bong.
Honestly, that makes a lot of sense to me. Wu-Tang's pretty crazy.
I love Wu-Tang.
If we're gonna wrap it up, I have a few things I want to say before we do that.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I remember that fight, 2:30 a.m., as everything was slipping right out of our hands. I ran out crying, and you followed me out into the street. Braced myself for the goodbye, because that's all I've ever known. Then you took me by surprise. You said, I'll never leave you alone. You said, I remember how we felt sitting by the water, and every time I look at you, it's like the first time. I fell in love with a careless man's careful daughter. She is the best thing that's ever been mine. Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Yep.
In other news, as far as podcast news goes, this
All
week
right.
for Rubble Radar,
Just moving right past it, I guess. All right, fine.
yeah, ideally we'll move right past that. As this week for Rubble Radar, it might not be me and Jalen. It will most likely be me and Steve.
Oh no.
So if you are releasing music this week or released music last week and you listen to this podcast for some reason, send it to us. We will listen to it and talk about it.
There you go. And if you are Taylor Swift and you are listening to this, I love you. Please text me back. Please. Please.
Also, the podcast soon should be coming to Spotify and like Apple Podcasts and
Yeah, we're
other
gonna try it.
podcast platforms. I don't know how many there are.
Podbean.
Is that a real one?
That is a real one.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
I didn't know if that was a
that's
Taylor
the only
Swift
other one I
song
can
or
think of.
something.
You think Podbean is a Taylor Swift song? Come on.
Dude,
You never know.
yeah, exactly.
Next episode, I'm gonna read some more Taylor Swift lyrics. It'll be fine.
Oh boy. Also,
I'm gonna start a separate podcast where that's all I do is I read Taylor Swift lyrics and then I analyze them.
and as far as when the podcast is gonna be on other platforms, there's not gonna be music when we do it because they won't let
Right.
us, which makes sense. So the like YouTube version will still have music as long as we're allowed to do that. Like if some band or something is like, hey, stop playing my music on your podcast, we'll stop. But I don't think
Until
that's
then.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
But if it does, we won't play music on the podcast anymore. But for the foreseeable future, the YouTube version will have music. But other platforms, we can't really play other people's music there. Just because we're cool with putting it on YouTube and just getting copyright
making
claimed,
money.
because we're not doing this to make money.
No,
That's
yeah.
not really the goal. But we
Hence why all the videos have been demonetized.
right.
Or sorry, not demonetized, just they haven't been monetized.
Some of
Like,
them
they're not
have
showing ads.
copyright claims, but I don't
Yeah,
think they have
like-
ads.
I was gonna say, considering that we don't have ads and we're not making any money off of it, it doesn't matter.
Right.
So.
But yeah, as far as I know, we just can't upload a podcast with other people's music in it without like licensing on other platforms. And
And
you
that
know,
shit's expensive.
yeah, yeah, and obviously not everyone wants to listen to a podcast through YouTube.
No.
So yeah, that's gonna be happening soon. Hopefully, in the next month or so, we should be on other platforms. That'll be cool.
Yeah, that's exciting.
But
Is
yeah,
there anything else you want to say?
I don't think so. That's everything.
All
Right, Gage?
cool.
Did we talk about anything else?
I don't think so. About the music, some platforms might allow it. So it's something we can figure out, but probably it'll probably just not be able to happen.
Yeah.
But it might be able to.
More likely, you guys will just have to listen to the songs that we're talking about on your own separately.
Yeah.
If you're trying to listen to it on like Apple Podcasts or Spotify or whatever.
Yeah, that's actually another thing I wanted to mention. We're gonna start doing just like making a weekly playlist for the
Oh, right,
podcast. Where and it'll just include everything we've talked about on the podcast that week.
that way
what
it's
we've
nice and easy for you guys.
what we've talked about on the Rubble radar, and if we do that other like half show during the week, the Discover Weekly type thing, we'll include that. And I'm still thinking, I think we'll include stuff we post on the Instagram.
That would make sense.
Yeah, that would make sense. So we'll probably just include anything we've talked about on any of our socials or on the podcast or any episodes. I'm still not sure if we'll decide to do it, like make a new one weekly and keep the old ones, or just like, we'll just have those songs in the playlist for the week, and then after that week, they're gone. And we add new songs. I don't know exactly how we'll do it, but we'll figure it out. Maybe what we'll do is like, we'll make a month playlist and add all the weeks from that month in, and then use like week 1, week 2, week 3, or week 4 through the month. See, I don't know how to talk.
Either way, though, we'll figure it out, and it'll be we'll do whatever seems best for you guys, I guess.
Yeah, and whatever's easiest.
Yeah, that also.
And less cluttered.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the episode.
All right.
Follow us on our socials at Here's to Rubble, on Here's to Rubble, TO, on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah.
And email us anything you want us to listen to, Rob at here's to the rubble.com.
All right, sick. So the last thing I want to say is,
no.
In the bridge of mine, the lyrics that I read out, it's an almost Tolkien-esque approach where she brings you down.
All right, thanks for listening.
Bye.
That's a good outro.